Hello everyone, welcome to my new stream. Happy New Year. Okay guys, we're streaming and this time we are I'm streaming in another way, like I'm streaming more professionally. I mean, you know, let me just try to check my internet connection because everything should be okay. So if I go here, oh god, I think the bandwidth is not that great to support um, 180 pixel of quality, but you know, for some reason, YouTube sent me out. Oh god. Uh, 1 second. Let me just. This is fucking annoying. Like they randomly send me out. I don't know why, but yeah, internet is so fucking slow now. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is. It's very slow. Oh god. Let me just. Okay, sometimes. Uh, hello? Sometimes it just. I hear like noises and it's fucking annoying. Especially when this shit happens. Okay, I'm logged in now. So, okay, I'm logged in now. Yeah, I can hear myself, and I think everything is working just fine because, yeah, that's my stream. And I hope the quality, I mean, the internet is good enough to support like this bandwidth. So, let's go. Let's see. What do we have here? Like, many interesting events happen, like, oh god, what the fuck is happening? uh okay, for some reason, like, uh there is this ultrasound that it's fucking annoying. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Like, as I said before, many interesting events happened recently, and that involves politics, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and many other things related to this topic. Yeah, I love when my connection randomly disconnects, like for no reason at all, but at least it's back. So, okay. Uh, I don't know what to do right now. Like, let me just try to refresh the page because there is nothing interesting. Like, oh, what's that?
Often regarded as one of the worst social medias to ever exist, riddled with bots, engagement bait. This is Twitter, often regarded as one of the worst social medias to ever exist, riddled with
Yeah,
bots,
I
engagement bait,
agree.
but most importantly, people that have the stupid. So how do you fix people that have the stupid? Well, simple. You make them take an IQ test when they create their account.
I just dropped like 150 milligram edible, and I'm feeling fucking zooted.
So since Twitter would never do that, I now have to make my own social media. We'll call it linter. A tweet is a lint. Tweeting is linting. Buy the domain. Make a logo, make a design concept, and snap my fingers to turn it into code. Basically, you got the navigation on the left side, the feed in the middle, and the comments on the right. The first thing we need is the ability to actually post stuff. Twitter limits your tweets to 280 characters, so I did the same. It kinda makes sense since it's a microblogging social media. By the way, we're gonna ignore the fact that the entire Twitter brand was ditched in exchange of X. That didn't happen. It was a social experiment.
Yeah,
Tweets and linter are called lints, and just like Twitter, you can relint stuff, which essentially means you're replying to a post with a standalone post rather than a comment. Next stop is the profile page, but before designing it, we need a way to create an account. How to make a login system tutorial. Step 1. Add GitHub login. Step 2. Realize not everyone is a stinky nerd and swap GitHub for email login. Step 3. Realize you have to set up an SMTP server for emails or pay $25 a month and swap it for Discord login. Basically, your attempts to create alt accounts goes to Discord and I am able to not give up. Moving on, after that I added 20 questions which would result in an IQ test in the range of minus 52 and 198. It's not a traditional IQ test, but it measures how chronically online you are, like the question asking how many people you recognize from the picture Mr. Beast posted with a bunch of YouTubers, or the one asking how many hours a day you scroll short form content. How brain rotted you are, like the question asking if you recognize the audio of people using TikToks, if you are wholly based and have played the holy game called Age of War, how well you do basic logic, like math questions ranging from simple to complex, and some other questions like if you have a degree in computer science, which gives you negative IQ if you answer yes, and the question that measures how fast you type. I could go over every question, but that would spoil everything. I recommend you try taking the test yourself after the video. I will say this though, the I have no idea option is the right answer here. I just pasted random shapes. Anyway, the login page is now done, so now
I actually wanna try this. After this video, I just go to this domain. If this domain still exists, if the website still exists, and I try to create an account.
we need an actual profile page. I added a new button on the navigation tab which redirects you to linter.com/your username. The page will show your username, handle, IQ, about me, account creation date, and below all that, a list of all the links you've made. And because Twitter made the likes page on profiles private, that decision was reverted in linter. You can now view what links other people have liked. Also, if you haven't noticed, the IQ is now visible on every post. Now, to allow you to create an empire of people following your work, we need a follower system. Basically, people you follow will show up in the following tab and more frequently on your For You page. You can now follow or unfollow people, see if they follow you, see their following and followers list, and hear me out, the most revolutionary concept, searching through the follow list. Yup, the feature that's probably gonna be used by 3 people at max that I spend way too much time on. Another important feature of any social media is having an opinion on post. It's not Twitter if you cannot comment the most brain-dead combination of characters the human brain can put together. So I added the ability to reply to a link. When you click on a comment, their hierarchy gets shown at the top. Also, you can now copy links to links. The navigation bar was looking kinda empty, so I added the feature for searching through links. There are no filters or sorting or even the ability to search profiles, but it takes space on the navigation bar, which is very cool and makes the site look better. I think. Do you know that dopamine hit you get when you see the notification icon with a number on it? Well, now you have notifications for when someone likes your lint, comments on your lint, or follows you. Introducing the innovation of the 21st century, the new tab. Are you craving for something new? Simply seeing in real time what other people are linting. The For You page is prehistoric technology at this point. Get real. But speaking of the For You page, let me briefly explain the algorithm. Basically it goes in this order. The post you haven't seen, the post from people you follow, the post with the most likes, and the post that were posted in less than 24 hours. I added the ability to load more links in the feed when you scroll to the bottom. Also, I forgot to mention that everything I post gets shown at the top of the feed for everyone. I will make sure to use this power responsibly. Now, if you also want to create algorithms that work in your favor to spread unfunny memes, lucky for you, we have Brilliant. Brilliant has interactive lessons in data analysis. Thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. An essential part in any social media is the ability to share memes. If you cannot share memes, it's all boring text. I added the file upload button when you post a link, and it asks you for a JPEG or a PNG file. No videos or GIFs for now. Actually, quick update, GIFs are now supported. Yeah, that's the entire thing. Let's get back to the video. This shit runs with no ads, and the server I have has like 60 gigabytes left. So because of that, I compress every image upload by 30%, and I'm also limiting uploads at 8 megabytes, and I'm also turning every image in a WebP file. Obviously, there's no Twitter without the most hideous profiles that make the data traveling through fiber optic cables regret coming in contact with you. Since we already have image uploading, making avatars changeable was pretty easy. Also, this is the default avatar. You can now delete your lint and report other posts or profiles, which then gets sent to the admin chat where we can choose to delete the lint, ban the user, or ignore the report. And also you can now get verified on Linter if you have more than 10k followers on a social media of choice. The verified status will not boost you in the algorithm, it's simply there to help people distinguish between fake and real accounts. And obviously we now have to add the privacy policy and the terms of service. The privacy policy basically goes like this. I store your information, that being the handle, username, bio, yada yada. I use that information to give you feed recommendations and shit, and I can also sell your information to ad agency for money and shit. Not just kidding. And for the terms of service, we've got, by using Linter, you agree to whatever I say in the TOS. You must be at least 13 years old to use Linter. You are the one responsible for protecting your account. No impersonation. No, I don't give a fuck about a Elon Musk parody account. Scraping data is not allowed. I can ban your account for any reason, and I am not liable for any damages. Great, we can now release Linter in beta. Shortly after the beta release, a new account posting pictures of Gary appeared and went viral. Someone attempted to cancel Gary on Linter in a now deleted Discord message and deleted lint. Gary was unstoppable. Now Gary has 30 followers and over 40 pictures posted. The slogan expressed by the community is Gary is love, Gary is life. Anyway, a member of the Discord community, which you should totally join, was then cancelled in a post with 10 likes, 9 relints and 8 comments for playing TF2. Then a picture with an egg went viral, people started doing cringy lint threads, I ratioed someone, and a bunch of bugs were fixed. A day later I made the code public so I can tell anyone to fix the issues they report themselves, accidentally pushed an undefined variable into production which made a bunch of people unable to create an account, oopsie, and that's basically the beta launch. Apparently I wasn't following the GDPR or whatever the fuck Europe has for data protection, because I didn't have an option for you to delete your account. So in order to not have my country geographically extinguished from the European continent, I took the time to write the most hideous code to delete any trace of your existence on my platform. Just when I thought everything was finally working, someone named Albert Einstein got 125,065 IQ. I'm not even making this up.
Whoa.
Apparently that's because I was limiting the positive values that the server receives for questions like how many people you recognize in this picture, but I wasn't limiting the negative numbers. So you could simply modify the data sent to make it seem like you know minus 1 million people in this picture, and since minus with minus is plus, it would add 1 million IQ to your account. This has been fixed now, but I kept the person's IQ to 125k for the funnies. Huge thanks to G Studios X2 for making the website work on mobile. Like seriously, this thing looks better on mobile than desktop now. Almost as if I'm not as good of a front-end developer as I thought. Anyway, also huge thanks to Linker for helping me set up Docker for image uploading and getting the site up. You can follow him on GitHub if you want. Thanks to all the people that reported bugs and made pull requests. Since so many people were confused about the dark mode, I am now legally obligated to tell you that you can click on the logo to switch light and dark mode. I thought that was clever, but people didn't realize that.
That sucks, actually.
On Linter or something, subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. You can try Linter right now at linter.com for completely free, no ads, no subscriptions. Please don't spam or DDoS the platform. A big thanks to all the patrons and YouTube members for supporting the channel. Thanks for actually I got some bonus footage, so it's not the end of the video.
Taking an IQ test before making my own.
Mineral can be spelled using only the letters found in the word. Oh,
I will explain in JavaScript terms. You have a string, you split it by nothing, just
Good
by
idea.
letters.
Hold on. So,
Mineral.
mineral, split,
Bro, not like that. Why are you putting an array? Yeah.
and wasn't there something like every
For each
for each
parliament dot includes letter. Yeah.
So if everything this prints will be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is how we pass IQ test.
Yep.
Oh, the timer started.
Oh hell no. The sequence of 4 words.
I have an
Triangle,
idea.
globes.
There's no timer.
No, do not. Do not there.
If Gary has only $48, can you not use numbers? If he borrows $57 from Jane and $15 from Jill, dude, I'm just gonna say true and get out. If around analog clock, this is like English grammar test. How is this testing my? No. Yes. Yes. Don't tell me there's another 10 questions. Oh my god, there is. How long is this? Maybe I shouldn't have the timer. Each of the words auction, education, caution uses the same letters.
Huh? Do it with JavaScript. You gotta do it with JavaScript.
Yeah. X for each word.
For loops are faster, by the way.
Shut up. I deleted the clock. Time doesn't matter. That's how HTML works.
And so we have the letters.
Bro, this feels like lead code on budget.
No. What are you doing?
Let me do it.
That is inefficient. You should use a hash set. You should not do 3 for loops in one.
I can, and I will. I need to split.
A B C D
No, I
E
have to
F
split
G H I J K L M N O P Q R S E Y T W X.
Let's run it.
Yes.
True. Everything is true. This is how you solve IQ tests. 3 cats.
5 legs.
So it's 18 plus 8 plus 12 is 38. Okay.
DVD, 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 skibidi, skibidi.
Okay, I think I'm a bit tired, but I could try to create an account on this website. But I don't really know. Like, I'm very anxious. Probably the next time, because it's 1 a.m. for me. Right now it's 1 a.m. I know it says 7 p.m., but that's another time I set for another reason. But for me, it's the clock too. It's Sunday. So I feel tired right now, so I'm not gonna take it right now. But that's interesting. I'll keep in mind. What the fuck? Why is YouTube doing this? Oh my god. Jesus. Okay, apparently my, for some reason wait, what the fuck is going on? Why is it so fucking slow? Please don't lag. Okay, don't fucking lag, please. Like, I don't know, it started, the fucking connection started dropping, and now it's shit. let's try to watch something political because yeah, it's a hot topic. What is this? Okay, guys, I'm trying to. Unfortunately, my connection is very unstable and sometimes it lags. What is Google Vids? I literally watched that video, but I completely forgot. What the fuck is this? Wait, what? Is it like an editor? Wait, what the fuck is that? I never saw that. Like, wait, why isn't loading? Bro, this shit sucks. Okay, where is it? Like, I'm kinda curious to try that app. Please don't display it in Italian, what the fuck? Stupid fucking website. Why is it so large? You can also create websites. Yeah, I forgot that. But the thing is, there is no video, like, there is no Google video, Google Vids. How is it called? Like, I never tried that thing. This shit sucks. Oh, yeah, it's an actual thing. Like, I know it's like the official account announced it, but I don't know. I'm kind of curious to like. I don't know. Let's move on. Uh, let's see. What should we wait? What should we do now? Like, This stupid fucking algorithm doesn't recommend anything interesting, like. Uh, God fucking damn it. That's. Oh god, what the fuck is happening? So let's see. YouTube fucking sucks at recommending hot topics. Let's let's try to watch this.
Either like him or hate him, is what I would have said. Elon Musk. You either like him or hate him, is what I would have said in like 2020 or something. No one likes Elon Musk now. Now it's either you're an Elon Musk hater or you're one of his deriding fans always defending him on Twitter. Elon Musk for the past 2 years or so has by himself destroyed any type of reputable image he ever used to have. It's always crazy to
Wait, I'm sorry. There's this fucking noise every time. I'm streaming with a $30 microphone, but yeah, I applied a bunch of OBS filters to cover the noise, but sometimes I just can't prevent it. I think it stopped. I apologize. Let's keep going.
see someone going from being loved by the public and seem like they could never do any wrong, and then having an endless downfall they never come back from. But you know, Elon Musk wasn't always the corny dictator that meat rides Trump any chance he can get and bans anybody on Twitter who has a different opinion from him. For the longest, he was actually a well-liked individual. He used to be called the real-life Tony Stark at a certain point because he would push for technology in new ways no one else was doing.
People have called you the real
Yeah, I agree. I really liked
You've got your
Elon
fingers
Musk
only
back
on
then.
advanced technologies. As I said, SpaceX, Tesla. Now you've got Solar City and the solar pack that people put in their houses.
Like he used to get made fun of for
He was a good person. Not gonna lie.
And now every car brand and their mother has an electric car. A lot of the more younger generation liked him because he was someone rich who actually cared about the environment. I feel like Elon nowadays, now that he's unliked, would just say f it and put a V8 engine in a Tesla. As a matter of fact, I'd buy that Tesla, Elon, get it in production. He also did cool things other tech billionaires wouldn't do. Mark Zuckerberg was too busy being a lizard and Bill Gates was too busy being old. He made a flamethrower just because he was bored and decided to sell it. I have no clue how he was able to sell this thing to the public legally, but this could have went a lot worse than it did. He was featured in movies like Iron Man. It goes to show how much motion he had and how much people loved him.
Mr. Musk, how are you?
Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Those Merlin engines are fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, good idea for an electric jet.
You do.
Yeah.
Then we'll make it work.
But this all changed at the market when he decided to buy Twitter. This was Elon Musk fans 9/11. When he bought Twitter at first, people's reactions were kind of like that Kanye video of him talking about Lady Gaga. I like some of the Elon Musk companies, but what the f does he know about Twitter? The reception was iffy at first on there, and especially since he was talking about it was going to be a free speech platform, people were worried that the wrong people would get the wrong idea and start wilding out.
Well, when Elon bought, wait, oh fuck, I can't spell I'm sorry, my pronunciation is weird sometimes. But when Elon bought Twitter, like I was happy because um, like Twitter was very strict at the time. Like it was very strict, but now I I I don't really like it. Like he made so many changes that uh, I, I I'm not a big fan of Elon now, but uh, let's be real. I don't really like X, the new website. But let's keep going.
And it didn't take long for that to come true, 24 hours specifically. The next day, the N-word usage spiked up by 500%. It's funny when these loser ass
Wait, what?
it spiked
Oh my god. I didn't know that.
up by 500%. It's funny when these loser ass start saying it on Twitter, acting like I'm gonna start crashing out over it and march the government to do something. I've seen that word used against me since I was 12 on the internet, bro. I literally see it and scroll past it with no emotion. And best believe these dudes would never say that to someone in real life. Their twig asses will get snapped in half. But a lot of people also liked the initial idea he had. People were feeling for a long time that Twitter was more politically biased, and they would censor people with more traditional views or being a Trump fan. I would have agreed with this too. Like, I'm a true believer in free speech and everyone having their own political viewpoint, even if I disagree with it. But then it turned out that he would just censor people's views he didn't like and anyone who pissed him off. When he first took over, he famously banned a bunch of journalists who criticized him and for quote-unquote doxing. The doxing wasn't an actual doxing, though. Let me explain it. There used to be an account on Twitter named Elon Jet, which would take public flight data online that anybody can access and post it on a Twitter account for people to see. This isn't an uncommon thing, like Taylor Swift's flight logs used to get posted online all the time. And he had suspended the account, so some journalists talked about the account and shared links to it. Then they all ended up getting banned for that. Like, they didn't share
What the fuck?
state or hire spies to track where Elon is. They literally wrote a story about public information that was available to everyone. This dude's supposed to be the free speech guy or something, and you can't handle a little story like this? There's no world where Elon Musk could ever get hurt by some info like this. He's the richest man in the world. He probably got more security than the president. He also banned words on the platform. The word cis and cisgendered is now labeled a slur on there. Meanwhile,
Yeah, that's
kind of
kinda...
slur in the book on there with no consequence. It don't matter if you're a believer in the word or not. You can't pick and choose with free speech. He also recently started beefing with the streamer as
Oh yeah.
You know, for someone who's the richest man in the world, you would presume he would spend his time talking to people that would add value to himself. And then he starts beefing with Twitch streamers like, you have 11 kids to take care of. You're beefing with the dude whose room looks like Hurricane Katrina hit it and it never recovered. I'm not gonna get into details of the beef, but all you gotta know is he got so mad at him that he removed his verification checkmark on Twitter.
Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about, you know, how checkmarks were kind of like weaponized? Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So, the free speech guy, you're taking away his checkmark because he hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him because without a checkmark, his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. You're shadow banning someone who hurt your feelings. Elon is just that insensitive.
That was a buildup of the
Yeah, that was...
Back to talking about when he first took over, everyone knew Twitter was pretty much going to be cooked. Twitter already had a terrible reputation and people knew somehow it was going to get worse. You started to see more and more spam bots and OF girls spamming.
Yeah, I agree.
Casually walking past the Twitter e-streets and seeing a clan meeting take place. It's like old Twitter, but if it was on fire 24/7 and you ran across the worst people you've ever met every 5 minutes. Elon wasn't really doing anything about it at first too. That first year he took over, the app was borderline unusable, I swear. People still think it's bad, but oh man, from like 2022 to 2023, it was like stepping in Gotham City on that app. But where people really started to dislike him is when he started getting into politics on Twitter. And I'm talking about before the Trump writing. He started replying to every tweet that came across his feed, and he would put something like interesting or intriguing under.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Going on rants about different political.
Yeah, I think like he just wanted to boost those tweets. Like, yeah.
Things he knows nothing about. He can usually make these arguments only on his protected Twitter fortress. Because anytime he gets pressed about any of this in real life, you realize he has no clue what he's talking about. Like, there's this one interview where he tries to make the claim that everyone was a slave. You can't make this
Wait, what the?
Everyone was a slave. Everyone.
Well, not everyone was a slave.
No,
but
everyone was a slave.
Okay.
We are all descended from slaves. It's just a question of when. Was it more recent or less recent? That's it.
that doesn't mean a lot to a whole lot of people who aren't able to take advantage of the opportunities that you were able to take advantage of, simply because the color of your skin.
I truly think he was just arguing here to argue. Because there's no way he genuinely believes this. Like, bro, you're one of the richest people in the world who talks to some of the smartest people in the world. And you want to bring up an argument that no one ever makes, saying everyone was a slave. The only thing I can think he was thinking of is the form of slavery in old Europe with peasants and servants. But once again, this wasn't remotely close to being everybody in Europe. And if you open a high school history book once in your life, compared to African slavery, they basically had a walk in the park over there. His downfall was finalized though when he joined Trump's political campaign. After the assassination attempt happened to Trump, Elon went on Twitter and stated that he fully endorses him. And this alone was going to alienate people who don't like Trump, and they would automatically not like him regardless. But it's not like this was end-all be-all for him. Sure, there's people that wouldn't like him, but there's the majority that either wouldn't care or people that even support him. It was at his rallies where his cringe really started to turn up. He would start doing cringe things like trying to sound cool in speeches and dancing, I guess.
Look at this dude.
Oh yeah, that jump. Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Awesome. Honestly, this is like.
Oh.
USA! USA! Yes!
This man right here somehow has 11 kids with 5 different women. Like, 5 women let this man go crazy on them and saw this POV while looking up. If this man never got money, he'd be the biggest loser alive. But what you're all really here for is probably what happened recently with him. At Trump's inauguration parade, Elon gave a speech, an amazing speech that focused on
Oh yeah.
civil members of the public.
The fucking.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be honest, out of all things that could have been thrown up in this moment, a peace sign, a pumping fist, a wave, he could have done a middle finger. That was not on the list of things I would have expected him to throw up. For context, for people that haven't seen the full clip of this, he says to the crowd his heart goes out to them and puts his hand on his chest and throws it at them. Get it? Throwing his heart at people so they can catch it. And of course, people started freaking out online because this was in triple 8K at the presidential inauguration. It doesn't get any more bigger than that. Like, I don't know what other place he could have done this where it would have went this viral. You got one side of people saying this was like...
I mean, how the fuck did you manage to, like, how did you fuck that bad?
Ear salute, and he's trying to copy the World War II mustache man. And you got other people saying it was just a waving gesture and people are overreacting. Now, if you ask me what I think, I'm a top tier Elon hater and frankly think we should ship him back in a box to Africa like Madagascar. But this man has always had weird movements and can never really control his body right. I highly doubt he's stupid enough, if he was a somehow closeted Yahtzee, to do this gesture at one of the biggest events watched worldwide. He has sponsors that he could lose and take everything away. And this is one of those acts, if done on purpose and confirmed, there is no coming back from. His net worth would go from $427 billion to $427 overnight. But at the same time, I'm also thinking, is he dumb enough not to think about something like this before doing it? Even thinking off the look, like if I ever made that gesture accidentally, I feel like I'm gonna notice it immediately. What if in the future it comes out this was all his?
Yeah, I would even, like, if I made that gesture, like, if I accidentally made that gesture, I would apologize short after. Like, I wouldn't try to justify or anything like that, but, like, seriously, like, if you compare a neo-Nazi doing that salute and if you, like, if you put side by side a neo-Nazi that actually does that salute, that gesture, and Elon Musk, like, the movement is exactly the same. Like I I don't give like I don't give any opinions about that. I'm more neutral. Like I won't say if like I don't know if Elon intentionally did that, but yeah, that was really fucked, and I hope that was a mistake. Like I really hope that he didn't do it intentionally. But Jesus, this like yeah.
Evil plan and we enter like World War III or some. And the story gets worse too, because people found a video of him doing a similar thing before with the heart, and he
Wait,
definitely
what?
did not throw up that gesture.
Yeah.
I just want to say I love you guys.
Yep, just to confirm, those are two totally different gestures.
I mean, wow. Yeah, that was. Oh god, the fucking. I mean, wow. I, I, I have no words actually, but
I guess I'll leave it up to interpretation, and you guys can come up with your own decision of what he did. I wonder in the long run, will people start boycotting him and stop buying Teslas if he keeps doing stupid shit? Especially when better electric cars are starting to come out now. There's an electric car in China that can drive through the water.
I mean, I think if you're a powerful billionaire, like you can do everything you want, and you won't have like many consequences of your actions, and actually you will influence. Oh god, fucking damn it, this fucking sound. I don't know why it happens sometimes, but anyway. This fucking how do I say it? Uh, oh god, I got distracted and I lost the fucking point. But wait, I actually forgot what I was about to say. Um, how how stupid am I? Wait. Oh yeah. I mean, if you're a powerful billionaire and like you can do everything you want without many consequences, and actually you will influence a lot of people, and part of the population will follow your example, like will follow your gesture, and will try and they will try to be like you, and and yeah, you will like, how can I say it, like you will just influence people.
Better electric cars are starting to come out now. There's an electric car in China that can drive through the water.
Wow.
If this comes out in America, Tesla might be cooked. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Yeah, let's. Oh, look at this. I mean, I'm sorry, that was fucking hilarious. Like, oh my god. Um, let's talk about. Oh wait, there is also this fake gamer thing. Like, where he actually doesn't play that game. That I don't remember the name of that game. Like, uh, but it's I mean, I think it's the word. It's the word first. It's the top one of that game. I don't know that much, but and apparently he's not is faking his points. Like, it seems like someone else is playing this game in his account, and who actually that actually I don't know. I don't I want I won't say anything about that. Or
Alright, so Elon Musk has been completely spiraling out of control recently, and now I think pretty much everybody, except for his diehard Sims, are starting to realize he's the biggest man-child on the planet. So things really started to implode when his Trump supporter fans started turning on him, when he tweeted that we need more skilled immigrants coming into the country.
by the way, if I I usually like videos that I watch, like no matter if I agree with or disagree with, like I just think it's an entertaining video, and it provides so many useful information or valid points or anything like that. But that doesn't mean I support these videos. But yeah, just I just wanted to tell you, like, I just wanted to clarify that, like, yeah, let's keep going.
On the H-1B visa because he claims there aren't enough talented and motivated engineers here, and he obviously just wants to hire cheaper employees. So this really pissed off Trump fans and people on the left, like pretty much everybody.
Yo, what the fuck is happening? That's scary because the fucking alarm, like, what the hell is going on? I don't know, guys, if you can hear it. Let me just remove the filters so we can hear it. Wait. I don't know if you hear it, but yeah, it's kind of scary considering the fact it's 2 a.m. and yeah.
Except for people who hire H-1B visa workers. So then somebody commented on Elon's post about it and said that their son has an engineering degree and it's like impossible for him to find a job because of that program. And they ratioed Elon's tweet about it, and then their account got suspended. So then Elon
Wait, what the fuck?
has an engineering degree. And it's like impossible for him to find a job because of that program. And they ratioed Elon's tweet about it, and then their account got suspended.
Wait,
so
what the
Elon
fuck?
Doubling down on it, and he said the people that are against the H-1B visa can take a big step back and go F themselves in the face. He said he'll go to war on this issue, the likes of which we cannot comprehend. And apparently you do not want to mess with Elon. He's also previously said, there's a large graveyard filled with my enemies. I do not wish to add to it, but will if given no choice. Those who pick fights with me do so at their own peril, but maybe this is their lucky day. So it's just awesome hearing Elon try to act tough. You know, it's crazy he's one of the most powerful and richest people on the planet and is still somehow not intimidating at all when he says stuff like this. And now Steve Bannon, he said him and Trump supporters are ready to go to war with Elon and they're going to rip his face off.
Don't come up and go to the pulpit in your first week here and start lecturing people about the way things are going to be. If you're going to do that, we're going to rip your face off. Because you can't beat us. We're not beatable.
Jesus.
The Awaken's not beatable because we're relentless and we will never surrender and we will never slow down.
Wow.
And yes, if you go low, we'll go to the center of the earth.
And now I saw some people on the left cheering on Steve Bannon, which is wild. But then after this whole controversy, Elon, he started going to war with these people by taking away verification status of people who disagree with him, which demonetizes them and I believe limits their reach and engagement. And then he also banned a bunch of accounts as well. And since Elon took over Twitter, account suspensions have tripled. And that's not including bots. Like, that's only real accounts. And it seems like the bot problem on there is worse than ever. Like, there's so many now. And what's funny is after this whole H-1B visa...
Yeah, I can confirm that, like, there is so many bots now that, like, I don't know, the number of bots significantly increased. And I remember that Elon promised to actually remove bots, but he did the opposite thing. Like, I don't know.
The controversy, Elon kind of tried to play it off like a lot of the accounts that were criticizing him were bot accounts, which is just so funny because he's kind of admitting that his platform is full of bots. But Joe Rogan was talking about this on his podcast, and first he was talking about Elon, and he didn't directly mention the H-1B visa controversy, but it sounded like he was kind of alluding to it when he was talking about how a lot of the arguments online, he's like, how many of those are actually real people with real opinions? And then Elon retweeted this and said exactly, which is just insane considering he owns Twitter and he claims he's cracking down on the bot problem.
Because of that, though, then you have to wonder, when you see arguments, how many of these arguments are real people and their real opinions, and how many of these arguments are this giant block of accounts that's been purchased by a large organization that is hiring people or using AI to have arguments with people and incite things.
So of course Joe says this right after his boy Elon gets criticized, you know, because Joe is like the biggest Elon dick rider of all time. So then Elon retweeted this to try to convince people that most of the criticism towards him is coming from bot accounts, which is just so funny. And people in the comments, thankfully, were calling him out. And they're like, shouldn't you as the head of Twitter be handling this? Like, isn't this your problem? And people are like, don't try to play off the criticism of your H-1B stance as bots. You know, these are actually real people complaining about it.
Oh my
also,
God.
in response to all this controversy, Elon had changed his profile picture to a Pepe the Frog meme for a few days.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I don't know why he did that. Like, that lasted for like a day or a few hours, but like, yeah.
To try to prove that he's still based or something. I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, that's...
He's so bad at handling controversy. Like, also recently, he had the whole gaming community coming after him as well, because he keeps trying to convince people that he's one of the best gamers in the world, and he's always bragging about it.
Oh yeah, let's try to go to his account. Like, oh my God. Did I just... Okay. So, let's go here and let's try to I remember when he posted something controversial. Like I mean, it wasn't controversial, but it was something about that gesture he did a few days ago. Um, like oh my god, I'm sorry, but he's so active on Twitter. Oh, okay, I can't find the actual tweet, but he basically started to freak out when people were saying that he did the Nazi salute, the Nazi gesture. I can't find the tweet, but yeah, this happened. But let's keep
Like
going.
one of the last times he's on Rogan's podcast, he said he's like one of the top 20 Diablo players, which I mean, most people with common sense would be like, that's pretty much impossible because usually to be one of the best players, you gotta be playing nonstop. So most people assume that he's just paying somebody to play as his character or whatever so they can level him up and he can take credit for it, which is just weird, but it wouldn't have been such a big deal if he wasn't going around bragging about it.
So are you in the top 20 in the world or top 20 wow, in Diablo?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody your handle?
And of course, Joe never really questions anything Elon does, which is part of the problem. You know, the fact that so many people around him will just kiss his ass all day and never be honest with him, that really made him think that nobody would ever catch on to this stuff, you know, because he's so used to just everybody buying his bullshit all day. I mean, he could say whatever he wants and people are just going to eat it up. Like even Joe's friend, Duncan Trussell, who seems like one of his more sensible friends, he started glazing Elon for this and is like, I finally believe he's an alien. There's no way a human could be running all those businesses and be one of the best Diablo players. And it's crazy because he even says he could be paying somebody, but obviously he's not doing that. So Duncan thinks it's more likely that Elon's an alien than him just paying somebody.
So when you realize this guy shooting rockets into space, making e-vehicles, starting a new fucking department of the government is also the top. It's so crazy. It's the one time I actually let myself think maybe he actually is an alien because there's just no way, unless he's paying people to do it for him, which obviously he's not. That is insane, man. Yeah. That is insane. So
eventually Elon got busted when he's playing this game that he claimed to be one of the best players in the world at. And somebody who knows the game well reviewed it, and he's like, yeah, Elon really doesn't know what he's doing, which was pretty obvious, but I guess it was just hard to believe that somebody who already has it all, like money, fame, power, influence, still feels the need.
Okay, if these claims are true, that would be a problem for Elon Musk. Like, it will expose him as a huge liar, that like a fucking scammer or something like that. But Jesus.
To trick people into thinking they're one of the best gamers in the world. I mean, it seems like a silly controversy, but to think that a 50-year-old man is still that desperate and insecure is just insane. And of course, the way he handled the controversy just made it much worse, because this big gamer on Twitch, Asmongold, who Elon follows, he was criticizing Elon. So Elon got so butthurt about it, he leaked their DMs, and this was so embarrassing. He thought he was like exposing this guy for him lying about being like an independent creator. He said Asmon believes he's like a maverick, independent, but in reality, he had to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. And then he released these DMs where Elon was asking him if he could stream on Twitter, and he said he'd talk to his editors about it. And then Elon responded and said, sure, who are your mysterious editors? And he explained to him that they're guys that help him run his YouTube account. Like, they take clips from his stream and edit them and upload them to YouTube. so they're employees of his. But Elon, he
Sorry,
took
but
this like
let me
they're
just-
Asmongold's bosses or handlers or something, and he needs to get their permission on everything. So Elon is just so confused. I mean, he is off the deep end. This is unbelievable. And also, him sharing this message without Asmongold's consent is breaking Twitter's terms of service. And then also, of course,
Oh my god.
Asmongold's blue check mark. So Elon has to be the most petty man alive, no doubt about it. And also, some people claim they're having trouble uploading videos of Asmon criticizing Elon's gameplay. So he might have been trying to censor that.
Wait, what?
I mean, he's basically just falling apart right in front of our eyes. Like, he is so sensitive. He'll also cry about how people make fun of him too much on Twitter. And his mom has to come to his defense sometimes. Like, she was on a show talking about how calling Elon wealthy or a billionaire is degrading, and people should just refer to him as a genius.
Really?
You know, I don't like the word wealthy or billionaire or things like that because I think it's degrading. I think he's the genius of the world. And people are loving him for that. They don't, when they see me, they go crazy because I'm his mother. But they love him because of what he does, and they respect him. And
yeah, so poor Elon has people calling him wealthy. That must be tough. I mean, I think he's just so used to the positive attention, people praising him everywhere he goes and kissing his ass. He just can't handle any criticism now, and he thinks he can do everything because of people like Joe Rogan. I mean, when Joe talks to him, he treats Elon like he's literally a god. I mean, the first time he talked to him...
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I really thought that Elon Musk was actually a very cool guy, like, but now I just don't have many opinions on him. Like, I'm not a fan anymore.
To him, it was so uncomfortable. Seeing a grown man act like this is just really hard to watch. Like, Joe just kept talking about how Elon is so far above everybody and how he's like superior to humans and how dumb Elon makes him feel, which you would think somebody would be uncomfortable about this and they'd be like, all right, man, take it easy. I'm just a person like you. But of course, Elon, he's like, yeah, I'm an alien or I have a mutation or something. And Joe's like, that's what I thought. You know, I always thought you're some superhuman AI creature sent here to help us.
But you must understand there's not a whole lot of human beings like you. You know that, right? So you're an oddity.
Seems, yes.
To chimps like me. Some of us are a little more confused. When I watch you doing all these things, I'm like, how does this motherfucker have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do these things?
Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes.
I'm on record saying this in the past. I wonder.
It's true.
I mean, if there was one, I was like, if there was like maybe an intelligent being that we created, you know, like some AI creature that's superior to people, maybe it would just hang around with us for a little while like you've been doing and then fix a bunch of shit. Maybe that's the way.
I might have some mutation or something like that.
You might. Do you think you do?
Probably.
Do you wonder? Like, you're around normal people, you're like, like, what's up with these boring?
I don't think he was actually serious about that, but I mean, it sounds like a joke or something, or something that it isn't actually serious, like just, I don't know, comedy or anything like that. I don't know.
Dumb motherfuckers. Ever?
Not bad for a human.
And it seems like almost every time Elon's mentioned on the podcast, Joe has to start talking about how dumb he feels compared to Elon. It's so cringy. And I think he even did a bit about that in his comedy special. And one time Joe had on somebody who works for Elon at SpaceX, and Joe started doing this whole thing. And you could tell by the end of it, the guy's just thinking, all right, dude, take it easy.
But it's just very confusing to me. I just feel so stupid when I'm around him, you know? Like, the conversations I've had with him, like, God damn, I'm dumb.
No.
You gotta do what you gotta do with what you got.
I won't go that far.
So Elon has to have one of the biggest egos ever at this point, with so many people constantly glazing him every second of every day. I mean, Joe is just absolutely obsessed with the guy, and every single thing Elon does is pure genius, according to Joe. Like, also, he thinks Elon is the funniest man alive, which shows why Joe is the worst comedian alive. But when Joe starts talking about how funny Elon's memes and poop emojis and D's nuts jokes are, it's impossible not to get secondhand embarrassment, especially because it always turns into a glazing contest. It's like who can compliment and fawn over Elon the most, which it's impossible to beat Joe, but it's just wild to see two grown men acting like this.
Like, he makes memes. He posts memes. Like, when you post that meme of Bill Gates next to the emoji of a pregnant man and said, when you want to lose a boner real quick.
Yeah.
That's wild. Because you can't even say, oh, fuck that guy, he's a dumbass. It's literally one of the smartest human beings alive and the wealthiest man alive.
The one where he was asked for comment by one of these legacy media outlets. I don't know if it was the New York Times. But it might as well have been. And he sent back a poop emoji. And it's like, look, that's a wise move because the rules of the game say, you know, he refused to comment.
Right.
But you can't say that if he did comment and it was a poop emoji. You have to report that. So that was extremely clever.
And he said, Professor, suck on these nuts.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Elon said that to Gavin Newsom?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah. Pull that post up, Jamie. It's so hilarious. He said, Professor Sugon D's nuts says it's legit and that parody is legal.
Holy
I forget what his
crap.
exact quote was. I'm paraphrasing. I checked with renowned world authority Professor Sugon D's nuts, and he said parody is legal in America.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
We don't deserve him.
Hilarious. What a wild dude.
Wow.
What a wild dude.
Yeah, so Joe's got to be one of the biggest Elon simps. It's pathetic. Like, the guy spends so much time praising Elon, and if you say anything even close to something negative about him on Joe's podcast, he gets all defensive about it. Like, one time Tim Dillon just mentioned how Elon loves attention, which is undeniable, but Joe, he couldn't admit it and is like, well, that's just what comes with the job, you know? And Tim, he says, well, there are plenty of rich people that aren't tweeting all day. And Joe's response is, well, they're not building rockets and cars and digging tunnels. So it's like, all right, so you're saying Elon, he needs to be tweeting memes and poop emojis all day and playing video games because he's running a bunch of different companies at once? I mean, it sounds like that's what Joe's trying to say here, which that just makes me think maybe Elon isn't spending much time on these companies anymore. I mean, the guy probably spends like 8 hours a day just on Twitter, and that's not an exaggeration. I mean, he's tweeting all day long.
There's such a vast chasm between people that have a lot of money and the people of nothing, right?
Right.
And he's become kind of a symbol of that. So is Bezos, because they're literally now flying rockets into space.
Yeah.
So all the while you have all of these other problems and all of these other issues. So, you know, obviously people are going to, and I think he likes the attention. This is not a guy that doesn't want to be famous. He loves fame, 100%. You don't agree?
I don't know if he loves it. I think it comes with the job, and I don't think he minds it.
Oh, I think he quite enjoys it. I mean, he seems
Do you
to
think
have
he
fun.
pursues it? He definitely has
I
fun,
think he
but he
pursues
has
it.
fun with a lot of things.
Is Warren Buffett tweeting every day like this?
No, but Warren Buffett is not also inventing 50 different things at the same time.
He's a multi-billion.
Holy shit, yeah, I mean, this is actually... I don't even know what to say about it. Like, Jesus.
He is, but he's an investor.
Sure.
Elon Musk is digging tunnels under cities and shooting rockets into space and revolutionizing electric cars.
Where are the tunnels?
Well, there's one from Vegas to LA. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it.
Probably along with all of Joe's other comedy friends, would love to be roasting Elon all the time on their podcast.
Oh, wait. I just lost connection for a bit. I think it's fine now. Jesus.
Yes, because the the guy's like a cringe merchant. You know, it's probably hard not to make fun of him. But since they need Rogan and they're friends with him, they're probably nervous about upsetting him. But recently, Tim actually has started to make fun of Elon more. And it sounds like he gets what's going on. Like recently, he said the tech elites are just using Trump to further their companies and ideas, and they don't actually care about Americans. And he said they're not excited about America, they're excited about leaving Earth. And Tim is the perfect person to roast Elon because he's also known for his rants about Bill Gates and George Soros and people like that. You know, like he'll go off about how Bill Gates wants to shoot dust particles at the sun. And he explained this to Rogan one time, and he's obviously freaked out like anybody would be. But it's just funny that with Bill Gates wanting to shoot dust particles at the sun, Joe's like, man, that's crazy. He just expects us to be like, yeah, go ahead and do it. You got enough money, do whatever you want. But then when Elon Musk explains to Joe that he wants to nuke Mars, Joe has nothing to say about it.
People want to make decisions for all of us, like Bill Gates. Like one of the wackiest ones, he's talking about like blocking the sun, putting particles in the sky to block the sun to cool the earth. Like, hey, kid,
maybe
there's
not.
a whole lot of people on Earth. You don't get to say for all of us. You don't get to talk for all of us just because you have $100 billion. That's crazy talk.
Right.
That's what people are scared of. And how would you warm it up?
Well, there's a few ways to tackle that problem. You could just have it just do giant thermonuclear explosions every few seconds. The sun is a giant thermonuclear reactor in the sky.
And the craziest thing to me is Joe Rogan, who's friends with a bunch of billionaires and arguably some of the most powerful people on the planet, will still say stuff like this on his podcast.
If you're running corporations and you're making billions of dollars, you're going to get bored. What's the ultimate game? The ultimate game is to run the whole world. What people are scared of is that when you really do have ultimate money and ultimate power, with most people, there's this desire to control people. It's part of the gig. You start controlling people. Just like people like to pull strings on people.
Yeah, so I guess Joe, he's friends with the good billionaires. You know, all the other ones, they're trying to control people in the world. But Elon Musk, the richest man alive, he's just doing everything to help Americans, and he has their best interest in mind. I mean, Rogan acts like everything Elon does is just a selfless act for humanity, when in reality, everything he does is to gain more power, money, influence, and further his businesses. Like with Twitter, Joe has people convinced Elon buying Twitter was a risky move, and he just did it to save free speech. And if he didn't do it, we were heading down a path of censorship and controlled narratives. But there's still a ton of censorship on there, maybe more than ever. And the reason he bought Twitter is so he can control the narrative and manipulate the algorithm and collect everybody's data. Like, since Elon bought Twitter, his net worth has doubled, and he's going to be a trillionaire soon. And he has a huge influence on the president. Like, he's with Trump 24/7. But we're expected to believe him buying Twitter, that was a selfless move. And the best part is Elon would complain about buying Twitter and talk about how it's tough to make money on his investment. Like on Rogan's podcast, he said it's a tough way to make a living. Imagine that, the richest man on the planet complaining about how he's having a tough time making money with one of his businesses to a bunch of people who can barely even afford to survive. I mean, it's crazy, especially considering he's using the platform to collect everybody's data and gain even more influence on us and more control in the world.
Thank you so much for buying Twitter. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm not exaggerating when I think you changed the course of history. I really do. I really think you made a fork in the road. We were headed down a path of censorship and of
This is
control of
fucking
narrative
insane.
that is unprecedented. Forget about what they were able to do back when they had newspapers and the media under control.
I mean, the reason I did the Twitter acquisition was like, it's like, man, if I don't do this, I think we're screwed, is the issue.
Well, if you didn't do it, no one else was going to do it because it wasn't a financial winner. It was kind of a crazy move.
It's a crazy move. I mean, the thing was way overpriced. You know, like long term, I think we can ultimately make it a win for investors. But boy, this is a hard way to make a living.
Yeah, so I'm glad Elon's having an easier time making a living now. I was worried about him for a second.
Holy shit.
But what's wild to see is
How is it right now? Like, wait, what? Oh wait, let me just wait. It decreased. I think it will increase soon because Yeah, it's this guy gained $108 million in a day. What? Wow. Holy shit. The fucking difference is fucking insane. The fucking header is... Oh my god, this website is a bit... What? What the fuck is this person? Like, some people don't even have a picture. Who is this person? Oh, like, why does he have this? Um, I don't know. The same thing applies to this person. Like, yeah, I don't know why some images are missing, but anyway. Jesus, this is insane. This is fucking insane. Yeah, like, it fucking doubled.
Alex Jones is even selling out to Elon now. You know, he's kissing the ring, probably because he's nervous about upsetting Elon and getting kicked off Twitter. But it's just crazy to see because Elon is everything Alex would complain about and still complains about. I mean, he's a transhumanist, technocrat, globalist who's putting chips in people's brains, trying to develop mind reading, collecting our data to use for AI, and trying to control the media and narrative to further his agenda. And he's trying to nuke Mars so he can start a civilization there, which sounds like everything Alex would warn us about.
And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man. First artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity, with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI jacked into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams.
So now seeing Alex defend Elon and praise him is just unbelievable. And Alex had a meltdown over it because he knows he sold out and is supporting the globalists now. But it's hilarious. You know, he's trying to convince people that Elon is the one fighting the globalists, and he's trying to expose Epstein. That's why people are attacking him, which is just ridiculous. I mean, Trump and Elon are in power now. Are we going to see the Epstein list? No chance. I hope I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it. You know, I doubt two people who are tied to Epstein and P. Diddy want that list out. And I'm sure we're going to stop hearing about Epstein now. You know, everybody who's been questioning the story and talking about how we need the list exposed, they're going to stop talking about it now. But yeah, Alex Jones, he had a meltdown recently because he knows he's supporting a globalist.
What the hell? And he's exposing Jeffrey Epstein and the CIA. Hell, last week he put out tweets about the CIA at war with America. God almighty. Jones sold out retweeting that. God, I apologize to all of you. I'm sorry. I sold out. I tried to stop the oil rigs, the giant Muslim kidnapping rings. I'm sorry. I kissed Elon Musk's ass. We're so close to getting the globalist. I want their throat. I want victory. And now you can see it. And you guys think you're going to harass Elon Musk and push him off of supporting Trump and divide Trump and Elon? You're not. We have already beaten your ass. Oh, let's continue.
Yeah, so at this rate, Alex is going to be trying to convince people that Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates are fighting the globalists. It's so funny. Like, Trump, he just had a 3-hour meeting with Bill Gates about vaccines. Is Alex just going to ignore that? And right now, it looks like the people pulling the strings of the Trump administration are going to be a bunch of technocrat globalists like Peter Thiel, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Mark Andreessen, David Sachs, and now even Bill Gates. And all those people, except for Peter Thiel and maybe David Sachs, we're all anti-Trump guys and voted for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. But I guess now they just conveniently came to their senses all of a sudden and are now backing Trump. And I talked about this a little more on Patreon in my recent video about how Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Let's try to watch Penguin Zero. Like, I wanna see what does it thinks about Elon Musk. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Let's try to watch this.
I was going to wait a little bit longer before fully diving in on this, but I've talked about it on stream, tickling the subject here and there, with Elon Musk's weirdest lie so far about being a Path of Exile 2 top player. For as long as I can remember, Elon has always touted himself as basically a gaming god, where anytime he picks up the sticks, he becomes one of the best to ever do it. And he's been trying that with Path of Exile 2, puffing out his chest, popping his collar, letting people know that he has one of the top characters in the game. Which he does, except it's very clear from the live stream he did, it's not actually his character. He has one or a team of people that actually pilot this character, and they just give him permission to go on the account to flex it. It's not a hurricane machine conspiracy theory. It is beyond a shadow of a doubt true that Elon Musk does not play this game. His account that he showed is definitely not played by him. And it's very clear through the live stream, which we'll go through in a moment, because Quinn made a great video breaking it all down to show just how obvious it is.
So let's start off with some context. Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore, that's permanent death mode. Currently, what is their highest ranked player? They're level 97, same as Elon Musk. So, I mean, he effectively has been playing, pretty much just doing nothing except playing hardcore, that's permanent death mode. Currently, what is their highest ranked player? They're level 97, same as Elon Musk. So, I mean, he effectively has been playing, pretty much just doing nothing except playing Path of Exile. So let's just go over some of the things that happened.
The reason I wanted to wait a little longer before diving into the spaghetti and meatballs of this is because I wanted to see Elon's response to it, because I know he's seen it.
He is more addicted to social media than an Overwatch gooner. He is glued to this shit 24/7, so I am confident he is well aware that the entire gaming community is privy to his fraudulent claims of being one of the top Path of Exile players. And I just wanted to see how he would tackle that, because his responses are always glorious. It's
Oh
always...
god. Okay, this video is 23 minutes long. I think I'm gonna end the stream in like 2 minutes, and I will keep watching it then later, like on the next stream. And yeah, that was fun actually.
Always the most cringe shit imaginable, where he posts like an AI photo of himself as Iron Man. I am Irony Man. You call yourself the Joker, yet you can't take a joke. Ironic. And I wanted to see him do some garbage like that for this, but he hasn't yet, and I just really want to talk about it because it is so clownish.
And he opens up his bank and he goes to a tab called Elon's Maps, which immediately is a little bit of a red flag because I don't know why you would refer to yourself in third person, but okay, he does that. He then proceeds to walk up to his map device and go to put a map in. The literal first thing you learn upon getting to the end game is how to operate this map device. You're going to start off at a node, and then from that node you can go to adjacent connected maps. Now, Elon, he's trying to click.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
I don't know how many of you have ever subjected yourself to the torture of trying to watch an Elon Musk stream, but they are agonizing when he tries to stream a game, because it's like 30 minutes of actual nothing burgers where he will sit there AFK and all you get is just background noise. The banging of pans sounds like shit falling over. It's like listening to Legos exploding, and then he'll like occasionally talk.
Holy
and he's
fuck.
doing nothing, and then maybe he'll do like briefly one map. Watching Snoop Dogg stream when he left and just left it running for like a day was more entertaining than trying to sit through an Elon Musk Twitter stream. They're fucking brutal. So Quinn going through this cut out a lot of that, and when he's actually trying to play the game, he doesn't know what he's doing. So what he's showing here is he has that tab called Elon's Maps, which is a weird thing to do, but he's a quirky guy. Maybe he refers to himself in the third person. You could maybe try and conjure up some kind of argument there, because he is just so peculiar as an individual that he would do that. But the big smoking gun in this intro is that he doesn't even know how to use the in-game map. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I'm not even to that point in the game, yet looking at that map, I can tell you what is and is not accessible just through the basic understanding of how games work. He is clicking on a grayed out node. He is repeatedly clicking on it, expecting something different to happen. It's fucking grayed out, goofball. You clearly can't go there yet. But he doesn't understand it.
Anyone who's level 97 is, and you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would do that. Why just like sitting there like some sort of geriatric old man clicking this node expecting something to happen, and then he finally kind of gives up after a while and then realizes his mistake. We then get a look at his inventory. So Elon Musk is stuck going into the map and with full bags. If you're an efficient player, you're going to clear a map, you're going to loot the valuable items,
and you're going to sell the trash, keep the good stuff, salvage the bad stuff. Everyone knows.
Oh my god. Okay, that is actually insane. I keep watching this video tomorrow maybe, but surely I will on the next stream. Yeah, let's keep. Oh, we also have this. We also have this video. So let's keep these two videos for later. And I'm gonna end the stream right now. Thank you so much for watching the stream, and I will see you the next time. Bye everyone.